Hi Scorpio, welcome to your general reading for September 2022. My name is Michelle and this is for Sun and Rising signs. Scorpio, I'm leaving this completely open to spirit, so whatever messages come through for you for the month of September. So let's see what your messages are. Scorpio, for my beautiful Scorpios, let's see what's coming through for Scorpio. I've been meditating on these cards, so just a few more shuffles here, guys. And let's get started with the reading. Scorpio, if at any time during the reading you're enjoying it, getting something out of it, then please do press that thumbs up button, that like button. It really does mean everything to the channel, so if you wouldn't mind doing that, I would be so appreciative. Okay, Scorpio, I'm doing something a little bit different this month. I'm working with each of the elements. Let's start with Earth element. What is the earth magic that surrounds Scorpio for the month of September? Please show me the earth element. Earth magic that surrounds Scorpio. We have river, the river. River, well, I see that as time. I see that as time. Time marches on. I'm getting that message. Time marches on. Okay. All right. Let's have a look at the fire element that surrounds Scorpio for the month of September. The child. Okay. Some of you have children, of course. For others of you, it is your inner child. Time marches on. Could, of course, be a child. They grow up quickly, don't they, right? There may be a lot of change in a child. Again, for some of you, not all of you. Let's see, what is the air message, the air element for Scorpio? What is the message for Scorpio, please, Spirit? For the month of September. Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. The Tao is in the middle. It's the place where there is no energy pushing in either direction. Okay, so that's very much justice. Okay. I also get returning to a state of balance where things feel... If things have felt off kilter, if things have felt strange, out of whack, the energy around you, maybe even within yourself, Scorpio, I get there's a return here to balance. Some of you have been struggling, dealing with a lot, trying to deal with work, children, play, a lot of demands on your time. So a return to balance, I get an energy here in the month of September. Now, some of you, a child is going away to college or going back to school, that kind of energy, and you're now having more time for yourself. Let's have a look what is the emotions. How is my Scorpio feeling about this situation, Spirit? How is my Scorpio feeling in the month of September? Scorpio, let's see what is happening here for Scorpio. Emotionally, forgive, may you let it be. Okay. I'm getting a number of different messages there. Let's dive in. The Six of Wands, the Six of Bows. I'm using the Wildwood Tarot here. In this deck, this is abundance. Six of Wands. This is an energy here of... I get... Okay. I'm getting victory. 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 Okay. There's something here you want to... Being completely honest, Scorpio, it feels like something here, there's been some kind of time or distance. I'm picking that up. Time and distance. But you want to gain victory over this time and distance. So it feels like something had to give in order for something else. There may have been a third energy here. It's something that was somehow interfering with your success. with this, it could have been a number of things. For some of you, it was a child. For some of you, it was an obligation that you had. It could have been your work. But I feel that you want to gain success with this, but there's been time and distance. And we do have the Guardian here in this deck. This is the Devil card in traditional tarot. Yeah, it's almost like an obsessive need to win here, Scorpio. Okay, but you're thinking, has too much time gone by? Have I lost my chance here? Have I lost my edge? And then we have the Journey. Goodness, Scorpio, this is you all the way. This is your card. It's the Death card in traditional tarot. Yeah, goodness. It feels rather aggressive, Scorpio. I'm getting this very aggressive kind of energy here. You want forgiveness. You want forgiveness. I don't know what's happened here, Scorpio. I'm getting this forgiveness. You want to apologize. Now, of course, that could be someone to you as well. Let's see. We do have the Five of Cups right in the center. Yeah, there's regrets here. I feel like you want to apologize for maybe some time and distance. Some of you may want to apologize for not making something a priority. You may have had too many other things on your plate. You weren't able to prioritize something that you wanted in the past. It could have been a person. It could have been a child. I mean, some of you are apologetic to this child for not having enough time for them, perhaps over the summertime. Time marches on. Time waits for no man. Children grow up before you even know it. So it does feel a little bit like that. It feels like not having enough time to appreciate people around you, Scorpio. I'm kind of getting that. And I'm getting some regrets around the past here associated with perhaps not being there for a child, or it won't be for everyone, or there may have been a child of divorce, for instance, and there's some bad feelings associated with that. Okay, and we have the Stag here. This is okay. Oh, Stag. Well, when we think about the Stag, right, it's a very solo. It is a solo energy. When you say you're going stag, you're going by yourself. So there's an energy here of independence, wanting your freedom and independence. Gosh, there's a lot going on in this reading, guys. For a lot of you, there has been a child of divorce, or there's some sadness there around not being fully available for this child, but at the same time wanting your freedom, Scorpio. I get that. Some of you, you're not wanting to be with the other parent, the mother or father of this child, and you feel bad about that, but at the same time, you know that that's something that you have to do. So some of you are apologizing to this child for something that was traumatic for them. It could have been this divorce or separation, or just feeling like you can't fully be there for this child all of the time. Some of you, this child lives in another city or state and has to travel to you, or you travel to them to see them, so you don't see them all the time. That's specific, but for those of you who don't have a child, then this is you okay. regretting not making something a priority. Now, that could be anything. Let's see. We've got the 10 of Cups here. Yeah, for a lot of you, you're not the family sort. You're not someone who wants to settle down, or you've already done that. You've already been married. You've already had children. You don't want to have that again. You're prioritizing yourself, and you're asking for forgiveness for that. Some of you feel bad about this divorce. I'm getting that specifically. This won't be for everyone, guys. And we have the Strength card here, the Woodward. This again is very solo energy. And this is embracing your strength as an independent person. Yeah. It just feels like independence, guys. There's a bit of regret though, because I feel that this is someone who is apart from their child, or apart from their children, can't be with them all the time. If I also see this is someone who values their freedom and independence over any kind of love connection as well, Scorpio. Now, this could be you, this could be someone around you. We have the pole star, or the star. There's an energy here of a healing. Again, if we're talking about a child here, this is healing energy. Healing something with this child. Well, some of you have had some kind of journey or trip to see a child here where there was some healing and an apology, asking for this person for forgiveness for not being there for them fully. And then we have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, happiness. What does happiness mean for you? Well, I feel that you had to move on from something here to find your own happiness, because you weren't happy in a connection where you had a child. For a lot of you, you had a child with someone. You weren't happy in that connection, and so you've moved. This river here moved on. You've moved on. Now, for others of you here, you may be moving on in love from maybe baby daddy, baby mama to another person, and the child is not happy with that. It's like another nail in the coffin of the marriage, right? Of mummy and daddy are not going to get back together because mummy or daddy is with somebody else. That kind of energy as well that I'm picking up, and and you're asking for forgiveness because you want somebody other than the mother or the father of the child. I'm also getting that. Goodness, let's see. This air element, the Tao is in the middle. It's the place where there is no energy pushing in either direction. So I feel like things are going to become easier for you, Scorpio, because it seems like you've been in the middle of like a tug of war, possibly with a child and the mother. Some of you may have been going through some kind of custody battle. Some of you feel that you're being controlled or pushed in a certain direction. The place where there is no energy pushing in either direction. It feels like being neutral. Okay. Whatever that means to you guys. Let's see. Now, when we talk about the river talks, speaking to me of time in this particular case. It doesn't always, but for you I'm picking it up as time. And in this card we have this meandering river moving very slowly. It's not one of those fast moving rivers. It's a very slow moving energy. It moves around curves and rocks very gently. And the energy that I'm getting around this is one of slow movement. Okay. Now, water, of course, is our lifeblood. We cannot live without water. The earth cannot live without water. It's a nutrient more essential than food. And the flow of water through our own bodies is a metaphor for how life itself flows through us. So, fighting or blocking that movement can make us feel disconnected. It doesn't work to force or fight movement. Rather, it's better to simply observe the flow, to navigate the river. It's an ever-changing energy, so it feels like there's something here where it could have been a child, but it could have been you, or it could have been a previous spouse or an ex here who was blocking you from moving on, to something else. I get that, but enough time has passed here where you should be able to move on to somebody else. So if this is leaving one thing where there was a child and moving on to the next phase of your life, Scorpio, I feel like this is the universe saying it's time. It's time. It's time to move on. And there's some kind of blockage here that has been in the way. And for some of you, it was a child or a child custody dispute or something like that I'm picking up here. Now, we've got this energy here of asking for forgiveness from this child for divorce or for separation from the other parent. But I also have an energy, if there is someone else in the mix here, a third energy, I get asking for forgiveness from that person because you cannot be with them because you're dealing with this at the moment. There's also that. And it's something that you're needing to be very strong and courageous to work through, because you're in some kind of fight or battle, possibly with another parent here. Yeah, it's something that has a strong hold on you. And it has something to do with this child. Now, I want to get a card from this deck. This seems very specific, guys, so if this is not your reading, feel free to check out your rising sign, Scorpio. Let's see. What's the message for Scorpio? Message for Scorpio. Oh, we've got two here. We've got embracing the future, stepping into the future with an open heart, and soaring into joy, childlike wonder, again with this child energy. Yeah. It really does feel like a time in your life where you've had to, in the past, focus perhaps on a child. Now I get an energy here of you stepping through a gateway, through a doorway, and finding your own joy, finding your own sense of childlike wonder. Again, after perhaps losing it for a time because you've been dealing with a lot of change, a lot of difficulties, divorce, endings, children who are upset about the divorce, all of that. You wondered if you could... at one point you thought, gosh, I'm not making anyone happy, I'm not happy, what's the point? But time marches on, time moves on. I feel enough time has passed between you and this ending for you to go in search of something else. But first you have to ask for forgiveness from anyone who you feel you may have wronged, or there's been some kind of holding on to some regrets, some pain associated with this ending, with this divorce. Asking for forgiveness so that you can let it go, so that you can move on to something else, so that you can move free, unrestricted, get your true freedom back, because this feels very restrictive. It's something that you held on to from the past, which was creating a lot of negative. It feels like a dark heaviness, a heavy cloud, feeling like you couldn't escape from that, like you were duty bound, that you were. It was almost like a martyrdom, like a martyr energy, martyring your own happiness, feeling like you couldn't. You shouldn't have a life, that you shouldn't have happiness in your life, because for some of you felt bad because a child, well, I don't want to put anything on this child. It just feels it feels like a lot of things that were being put onto you. Because of this divorce or this ending, and I feel like this child didn't want. Who does, right? What child wants divorce? Wants their parents to split up? Very rare. So yeah, there's some kind of lingering situation there where you've had to kind of get that monkey off your back in terms of guilt. Regret, shame associated with that, and ask for forgiveness so that you can move on to something else here, guys. That's what I'm getting, so that you can fully release the past and step into the future, something that is going to be a lot lighter in energy, away from this heaviness that you're experiencing. Scorpio. Goodness me, this is rather tough energy. I do want to get a clarifier, actually. I want to get a clarifier on the guardian, the devil. Now, some of you have been a guardian of a child. Some of you are a guardian of a child. Let's see. Scorpio, let's clarify the guardian. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like it's family duty, family obligation. It weighs heavily. Now, I don't feel that that's like marriage. I feel like it's being the guardian and the needing to pay for a child, needing to pay for their education, all of that kind of thing. It's a blockage, I feel, Scorpio, to your happiness. That sounds really bad, but it's not that you don't love this child. I mean, you do. You do love this child, and you're there. You're paying for this child. You want to see this child happy. You want to see this child achieve success in their life. You're being strong for this child. You are. But there's also sacrifices here that we all have to make if we are parents, So it feels like sacrifices being made for this child. But I also get that you deserve a very strong message here. Spirit is saying, Scorpio, yes, okay, yes, do that. But that doesn't mean that you can't embrace your own joy, enjoy yourself, embrace the future, and there's no need to apologize for that. You have a life too. This is not just about making sure that your children are happy or your child is happy. This is also about embracing your own child your inner child here and making sure that you're happy too, because if you're happy, that means that your child is happy too. You know, the thing is, children don't want to see their parents angry, upset, bitter, not fun to be around. Ultimately, children want their parents to be happy. So I feel like on some level, there will be understanding here. If there is something else that you want to do that doesn't involve the other spouse or the other parent, on some level I feel like this child will understand. Maybe in time, movement, the river of time. Maybe in time this child will understand that you had to do this to make yourself happy, and you deserve happiness too in your life. Sometimes we make choices when we're younger, we get with someone and it's good for a time, but we outgrow each other. It becomes all the reasons why we break up as couples, right? That children don't understand. But they will in time. They will in time. Okay, I just get a lot of guilt around you, Scorpio, I do. Very tricky kind of energy. Let's get one on this forgiveness card. Clarify forgiveness. Why is this forgiveness energy here for my beautiful Scorpios? Yeah, Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you're asking for forgiveness because you want to, this is child again, or your own inner child, because you want to have some fun in your life, some joy. I get life being quite serious for a time for you, Scorpio, with this Death card. And I feel like it's really time for you to start moving towards something which is going to bring you a lot more happiness with that Nine of Cups there. Let's see. And the Ace of Swords. You just have to be clear in what you want, what you feel is going to make you happy, and then make an effort towards bringing that into being with that Nine of Cups. Yeah, you have to get clear in your mind what that might be. Okay. I feel like there is something that you feel is going to make you happy, but you're not letting on. It's something that you think about maybe in at night, but I don't feel that you talk about it. Okay. It could be another connection, of course. It could be another person or a lover. Let's see, the Stag. Let's get a card on the Stag. I'm getting that as someone who is likes their freedom, likes to be independent. The Stag. Can you clarify the Stag for Scorpio? And Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Yeah, it's you've been going through a time of healing. After this ending, and I feel that you've been healing it with this child as well. Yeah, it feels like mending. It feels like mending broken bridges, making sure that our connections are strong. It doesn't matter if you're not actually physically with the child, there still can be this very strong connection there. And I feel that there is, and there will continue to be, even if you decide to move on with somebody else here who is not the parent, the other parent of this child. I hope that makes sense, guys. And when we talk about message for the future here for my beautiful Scorpio. Message for the future here for my beautiful Scorpio. Message for Scorpio. The Chariot. Yeah, look at that. Embracing the future. Overcoming the obstacles. There's a strong energy here of choosing to embrace the future. And time marches on. I get that. Time marches on. there's a song about that. I can't quite grasp the lyric, but something about no matter... Yeah, I'm not sure what that's saying, but anyway, time marches on, and I feel that for you, it's time. It's time to move on from this whole bad experience that you've been going through here. I feel like this connection with this child will still remain very strong in your life. Yes, you're asking for forgiveness here, but I feel that just do it once and then embrace, move on to the future. In time, that child will see your point of view. If they don't see it immediately, they will see it in time. There may be a little bit of resistance there that I'm picking up around that child, the fact that you're moving on, possibly to another person or another lover. But if that's the case, that child will eventually catch up. It depends on the age, of course. So I'm going to leave it there, Scorpio. Again, very specific message for you guys. If that wasn't for you, then feel free to check out your other placements, guys. Wishing you the best. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com, or you can go to my Etsy store, Gypsy Insights Tarot. The link is in the box below. Please do take a moment to press that thumbs up button. And if this is resonating as someone that you know that's going through a difficult divorce where there may have been child custody issues, then feel free to send this message to them, share it with them. And if you're a newcomer, I'd love to have you subscribe. Thanks again, Scorpio. Please take care and bye for now.